Hi, my name is Scott Matsuda. I'm the Road Product Manager here at Felt Bicycles. Today we're going to talk about some of the advantages that we see when running disc brakes on road bicycles. The FR series bicycles were originally developed to have both rim brake and disc brake specific versions. There's a saying in racing that to go fast, you need to be able to stop fast. And that's one of the biggest advantages that you get with disc brake equipped bicycles. A lot of people will say, well, my rim brake bicycle has plenty of stopping power. Look, I can get the tire to skid.
Locking up the wheel and skidding on a road bicycle is never a good thing. You lose directional control of the bicycle, and the maximum braking effect actually occurs just before the wheel locks up.
What disc brakes offer you is better modulation. When you squeeze the brake lever, it's a more controlled feel at the rim. You can actually apply more braking force without inducing a skid on your bicycle. One of the other objections that we hear about disc brakes coming from people who are rim brake proponents is that disc brakes require more maintenance and that they're harder to mount wheels in your bike. What we're seeing now in the bike industry is that we're standardizing the size of the rotors, we're standardizing the axles that are used on the bicycles, making it much more common for wheels to be used interchangeably between bikes. The other thing is that disc brakes use a hydraulic braking system. So unlike a cable system, which can corrode over time, which could get gunked up in bad conditions, a hydraulic system is going to remain smooth regardless of the type of weather that you're riding in.
Hydraulic disc brakes also have no cable drag or binding. This allows them to actuate very smoothly. Hydraulic disc brakes are also self-adjusting. As the pads wear, you never have to adjust the brakes.
One of the common questions we get here at Felt Bicycle is, who is the ideal rider for a disc brake equipped bicycle? We have several different groups of riders that would really benefit from having disc brakes. One would be someone who lives in areas where there's inclement weather. Disc brakes tend to give you better braking performance across all aspects of the weather spectrum.
Disc brakes are substantially better in wet weather. This is really about control of the bicycle. And disc brakes are consistent. You don't have to change your riding style.
Whether it's sunny outside or cold and rainy outside, your disc brake performance isn't going to change. Another group of people that would really benefit from having disc brakes are those who really enjoy long, twisty descents, where rim brakes tend to generate a lot of heat right at the rim bed, which is where the tire is mounted. A disc brake moves that braking surface down to the rotor.
This allows for quite a few developments. Rims are now being made disc specific. That means that they don't have the brake track on them, and they don't have to support the clamping forces of the brake caliper. That allows designers to design more aerodynamic rim profiles and lighter, stiffer rim profiles.
Another group of riders that would really benefit from having disc brakes are smaller riders. A lot of people think, well, a smaller rider doesn't need the greater braking force from a disc brake. But smaller riders tend to have smaller hands, and it's difficult to generate enough braking force with a rim brake bicycle. So a smaller rider can really benefit from having a disc brake equipped bike because it just takes less pressure at the brake lever to get the bike to come to a stop.
There's a trend towards higher volume tires. The limiting factor on this, on most road bikes, is the rim brake caliper. Most rim brake calipers simply don't open wide enough to remove or install a 30C tire. Removing the brake caliper allows designers to design around tire clearance, not the limitations of a brake caliper.
Because the FR series, both disc and rim versions, share the same stiffness to weight ratio and geometries, a rider is free to choose a rim brake or disc brake depending on his or her application.